Hey guys, I'm Izdaisho, and I am here bringing you some magic, and today I'm going to be playing as Chant of the Moldaya. It's just a pretty standard build, and I think it may not be like optimal, oh my god, this is the best build you can ever possibly have, but I think it's pretty good, and it should work out nicely, hopefully, unless I'm playing against one of the top decks, in which case it might not work out that well. But before I did get into the game, I wanted to discuss something with you guys. So a couple of days ago I recorded a podcast. It was about 40 minutes long, and it was me describing how I got into Magic and how I've evolved as a player and get some little nice stories along the way. So if you're interested in that, you should definitely go check it out. I would really appreciate it. There's going to be a link in the description. You can also search for it on iTunes. The name of the podcast is Daisho's Podcast, D-A-I-S-H-O, exclamation point, apostrophe S, space, podcast, B-O-D-C-A-S-T. Anyway, for those of you who don't know what a podcast is, which I'm sure that there's probably one person who doesn't know, it's just an audio style of entertainment, so you can just basically listen to me talk for 42 minutes. And I was actually surprised that I was able to do it for so long, just because it was only me, and usually in podcasts there are a couple of people talking, and they're having conversations, and it's all happy and nice, but this was just me going out there alone against the world. And I think I did okay. Maybe not the greatest podcast ever created, but I think it was pretty good for a first try, and I am definitely pretty happy with it. I wouldn't have uploaded it if I didn't think that it was pretty good. So please go check that out. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any feedback, then definitely send it to me. You can Facebook me or Twitter me, tweet at me. Oh, come on! What's wrong with me? Why don't you like me? Send me a message on YouTube, comment on a video, rate it on iTunes, whatever works. Anything that that you do would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so it would be awesome if you guys could go check it out, and I would maybe give you a high five if I ever met you. If you listen to I'm making this a statement right now. If you listen to my podcast and I ever meet you in real life, I will give you a high five, guaranteed. I don't know when I'm ever meeting someone in real life. Maybe I'll go to a gaming convention at some point and tell people to look out for me if they're going as well. But no plans in the near future. We'll definitely see. Alright, so that was all I had for my little announcement. I was thinking that I would have to rush it and that I wouldn't have enough time, but apparently nobody wants to join my game because they're all meanies and jerks and they don't like to play with me, apparently. I think that I can just scroll. No, I can't scroll wheel here. Sometimes you can scroll wheel, and it's the same thing. But yeah, what's going on here? Can I just play against Waiting? Will that work? No. Waiting is apparently not an opponent that is worth playing. So yeah, I guess I'll do that whole fast forward thing until I actually get a game. See you soon. Alright, we finally got someone. It's like another 2 minutes, maybe. Alright, this hand's pretty sweet. I can definitely rock it. Got a bunch of ramp. Hopefully I'll have enough to get my stuff out. If I draw a land here, then I'm really just tempted to play my Rampant Growth and just, like, ignore the Call Me Heart Expedition. But if I don't, then I'm definitely going to play the Expedition. Ugh. I think I should still play the Expedition. Hopefully next turn I'll draw another land. And that way I can explore and Rampant Growth. And then I can fill my Heart Expedition and then sack it and be the happiest of people. So I'm playing against Dimir, which is not a great matchup, but definitely not unwinnable. I mean, regardless of what I draw, I'm going to play. Sweet. Alright. Yes, please. Exploring. Man, when you have the lands, Explore is just one of the best cards in your deck. But if it's so miserable when you don't have the lands, and it's so excellent when you do. Damn, I'm not gonna crack this yet, and there's actually a reason this time. Since if my opponent plays Chittering Rats, then I'm gonna want to put the land on top of my library, and then I want to shuffle it away. So it's actually a consideration here, whereas most of the time it doesn't really matter. And see, it's actually going to come up, and I think that this'll definitely happen a good amount of the time, which is pretty funny. So, yeah, let's do it. I guess, I mean, yeah, I don't want to draw the land. I want there to be land on top of my library, but let's do this now. Man, that's such a sweet interaction. I mean, it basically means that his Chittering Rats just discarded a card from my hand, but discarding a card from my hand is so much better than having me draw another useless one. Especially since it's a land that I don't really need. There's an Oracle of Moldiah. Alright, play some more lands. Oh my god, there's another one? Alright, let's play another Oracle. I don't care, man. I don't want to draw any more lands. There's a Primeval Titan. Oh my god. This is so sweet. And I can play the lands on top of my library, if there are any, before I catch Primeval Titan. And then I can catch Primeval Titan, and then if there are any more after, then that's even more sweet. But right now I'm just looking for a finisher. Or a couple of finishers. There's a bunch of cards in my deck, like Tooth and Nail would be perfect, because I can just use it to win the game, get Primeval Titan, and oh man, that's so good for him. That's incredible. That's like, alright, fair enough. Now he knows what's on top of my library. Interesting. I mean, I don't really need lands. I don't want him to have this Dimir Guildmage. I don't want him to make me discard a card. So, we're just going to beat in. He's probably going to block. Yeah, actually, this was ill-advised. But, I have this Primeval Titan on top of my library, so I know I'm drawing something. May as well cast this, because he's going to be able to use that Guildmage for advantageness. But really all we did was just trade 3 for 3, and that's fine with me when I know what card I have on the top of my library and I have a billion lands out. I really just need to draw like one good card and I'll be fine. So he had another Dimir Guildmage, which is less than ideal, but I mean, when you come to think about it, I'm only going to be drawing one card a turn, and I'm only going to be playing one card a turn, so should be good. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to cast this Primeval Titan that you knew I had in my hand. I know it's hard to believe, but there's no counter spells in that deck that counter creatures, so nothing to really worry about that. But yeah, alright, so we've got like 13 of our lands out and only like, what, 6 of our spells, so, or 7. So we got 12 lands out and 7 spells out, and 6 spells. 8 spells? 7 spells? I don't know, Shadowborn Demon. It's not bad. This card is sweet. I really like it. I think it's super powerful, and I mean, the fact that it at worst is just 5 mana to destroy target creature is pretty sick. And the fact that it has a huge upside in that if you do have 6 creatures in your grave, oh come on. I wanted to play this land because he could have like a beacon or something like that, and I really don't want to just get my lands up. But he's probably just going to sacrifice the demon. Yeah. And I mean, like, if he doesn't have anything good, then he can just draw cards, which is just so bad for me. Like, I need to kill him before he assembles a combo, but even so, I really need something like Avenger of Zendikar here. I guess I should probably keep cards in hand since he's, I don't know. Like, he could have a beacon of whatever to get his Chittering Rats back, which would be less than ideal. Alright, well, we'll try holding it here. Chances are he's just going to make me discard it, though. And that's better for me than him drawing a card. But he's probably going to know that I had to just have a land in hand. Yeah. Alright, so that was pretty good. I really want to draw a Tooth and Nail here. That would be the most ideal. That deck doesn't have any sweepers, so at the very least I'm going to have 13 2/3s. So that would definitely work. Alright, down to 12. Could have Counter Squall, that would suck. Dear God, this is just insane. Just drawing more lands. You got it. You played a team off last turn. Chittering Rats. See, this is what I was worried about. Though, I mean, the fact that he drew the 3rd Chittering Rats in the deck is pretty unfortunate for me. But yeah, this is definitely not working out. I am way behind, and I need one of a few cards, and I only have 1 or 2 turns to do it. I'm going to look like an idiot next turn. But, I mean, he could have Stolen Identity or, I guess Followed Footsteps. He would have to wait a turn. But he could have Stolen Identity next turn, so I definitely have to play this because I don't want him to... Or Evil Twin. I don't want him to copy that and just destroy me that way. But, yeah, we'll see. I really needed to draw a real finisher in one of the last 2 turns before this one. I mean, I know that... yeah, I drew 3 straight lands, I think. Not including drawing the same one twice. Which was really just... weird because there are so few lands left in the deck. I mean, there are 10 lands left in the deck, and there are 40 cards. Or there were almost 40 cards, I guess. I don't know. So he just drew 2. I'm not really sure why he's not adding to the board. I mean, he might have like a Vidalcan Dismisser or something. Like, there are definitely a ton of things he could have, but now's a chance to tooth and nail. Seriously, deck? Is this a joke? This is just some sick and grotesque joke. But if he doesn't play a flyer here, then I still have one more out. I mean, I guess just a standard old Avengers Zendikar would probably work as well. So he's just drawing cards. I mean, I know he probably has a billion answers in hand, but I still think that I could beat... Oh, there's that. No. Now I'm not even sure if I could win. I guess I need to draw my other All Is Dust here, and then, like... I have to hit running good cards. I mean, I could also draw, like, a Palaka Worm. I mean, there are definitely things that I can draw here. Vigor is not one of them, though, which is really unfortunate. It would have been nice to draw this card, like, 6 turns ago. Actually, it wouldn't have been, because he's just going to Vidalcan Dismisser it, and it's not going to matter. I really needed to draw Tooth and Nail or Avenger of Zendikar, because Avenger of Zendikar is one thing that I don't mind drawing every turn. Making infinite chump blockers. See, he has Time Ebb. I mean, that's not a surprise at all. But, because he had 12 cards in hand. 78 cards in his hand. But yeah, I mean, that was well played by my opponent. He just dismantled me like it was his job or something like that. That was definitely a thorough beating, especially since I had a pretty sweet start. I just couldn't follow it up with anything good. Not sure, maybe I panicked too much and with my first All Is Dust, I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you have forgotten, check out my podcast. I will be gracious for all of eternity. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.